Hello, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. That was a bit odd. They're black. I've installed them. Well, I was going to say I installed. Let you see the Delta V got, and you can then work out how much more you need. The first one I've started with is one that nearly everyone uses. It's basically just a bit of an engineer looks, and it's 70 kilometers is when we'll be hitting space. So these engines are not going to get me to space. Is basically all I'm saying here. It looks like having 3 engines like this doesn't cut it. Yeah. Only a car. I'll just delete that. Yeah, having 3 engines doesn't seem to cut it. So back that down. There, the numbers I'm kind of interested in right there. Acted. A few other mods. I will put what I'm using in the description, so you can kind of find them. But if you've been watching Quill, I'm using the same ones as him. See, now we want that, but we don't want it to trigger. And I don't think I can link 2 engines together without using this. The idea is that I've got, this top engine gives me a lot of Delta V. Last engine, quite a bit of thrust actually. Not as much as these solid fuel. Maybe the second part could be here. Stick on. Basically another one of them. Now this doesn't like it when I do like that. It doesn't recognize that as being. That for now. Did I stick a decoupler somewhere? Shadow says I've got something. Yeah, the game doesn't like you copying items like that. I definitely have a decoupler somewhere, but I can't see it. What we'll do is, can I start a new rocket? We'll save that. We'll just start on a new rocket today. Because there's also another mod, engineering system. Now I won't be using this yet because I don't need it quite yet. I've not, that's orbits or anything. Lines, thank you. I've not started orbits or anything. Yeah, I need them. Aerodynamic. Yep, utility. When it's deployed, I would like it. Still not quite used. You can, especially when I go from game to another. Look like I'm just. I click that now and deployed. Kind of a bit lower, but it doesn't look like I'm cheating it. So now that that's all, did I stick a parachute on? No, parachute. And we've got landing, and I did see something else that like it might be a heat shield. You know, I'm coming back into orbit. I need to be able to absorb heat. So, because I don't think this Science Junior is going to cut the mustard. Max temperature 1200, but when we compare that to, I don't know, a heat shield 3400, you know, it's triple the heat, and I don't know how much heat I'm going to experience back in. And we want to be able to decouple from all my engines. Don't want to be landing with my engine again because I can't kind of land with them safely. So what I'm going to do is call this the nose. I'm going to save that. Then we've always got the nose. Name this to not manned, is it? It's Kerbal. There we go. So while we're just kind of floating around in space, I want swivel, and that gives me quite a bit of fruit. I think listening to Will, he says about 4500. I'm at 1. Well, 1200. I'm at 1000. Then about 4.5 hours. I'll try not to get my thousands and stuff. Crash some more tanks. Another engine. So we're hitting 1.8, say 1.9 foul, 4.5. But if you have a look, that second stage is not pumping out nearly as much as that first stage because thrust ratios really gone down a lot. That's literally halved, which I don't quite like. However, if I go to and we add in upload, like so, and then we go back to hammers. Now I don't think these hammers are salvageable. I do think this body here is. And then we want all of them to fire at the same time. Them hammers are going to throw in the majority of the thrust, but I'm still shy by like at least 2k. Which makes me think I can't get into orbit. I definitely can't get into orbit with the ship. Which means I kind of need to go do more science, right? So if we save and continue that ship, kind of done with that just for now. I mean, I kind of want that second gimbal because it means I don't have to rely on the fins. But maybe, you know, 4 solid fuels might get me off the ground a bit better, but then I generate too much thrust, so kind of playing with a bit of margins here. But I do think I'm going to do this to get into a space proper. No idea what any of that does. That might be quite good. I think that might have been in the tutorial. Aviation is kind of something I'm aiming for, so I can start flying around the planet and get my research boosted even further. Inline cockpit. Don't think I need them until I start going for ding tech. And then what we got down here. That's part of another mod I've installed called Scan. So I'm going to ignore that for the most part. Just excuse me a moment. There we go. Stupid notifications on my phone. Not. Some more comms. Too hot. Chargeable battery pack, and that should allow me to start getting satellites into space. So, thinking this one is going to be the one to get me into space. Really, need to be able to get 45 more science for that, and that kind of means I either have to land in different biomes or I have to control the car and collect all the science. However, I've still got my 2 missions, which should give me a boost in science. Escape the atmosphere, which will give me 8 science, and orbit. There's 20 science just sat there if I can get into orbit. Hence why I'm rushing for the orbit so quickly. Jump back in here, and I need at least like 45,000 rust. Load up. I need it. There's not much more choice I've got in the situation. I mean, even here I am over the parts limit. Noticed. Oh no, I'm not. I'm over the mass limit, so I can't actually stick any more mass on here. So I'm starting to think that might be a bad idea. Which basically takes me back to my first rocket, really. This ship back up. I'm back here, really. If I zoom in, fix that. Because otherwise that is going to bug me. Yeah. Leave that there. This has only got, you know, this bottom rocket has actually given me very little thrust, little bang for my buck. So that is kind of useless, but now this rocket is giving me very little bang for my buck. These boosters look like, I wonder if I just stick enough. I mean, I can't actually control that swivel. That's 2-4. That's given me an extra 400 odd thrust once the boot kicks off. But if I take this thrust off, I mean that bottom thrust I'm not giving me a lot of thrust, so I need these thrusters in some kind of parallel system. The only way that they're going to get me off the delete you that again. That's the only way they're going to get me off the ground route. These outside ones won't provide that much delta V. And ideally, I don't remember if these need to be lower or higher, but even that's just not going to get me off the. But we can aim for the highlands instead. I still got a parachute. Don't think these are salvageable, so they're trying to salvage them. That looks better. So we'll try and aim for the highlands today. Hopefully this bit will be rescuable. I mean, you never know, I might make it to I drop that in the 700. up there. 2 stages. So actually firing these first, decoupling and then firing that should give me a bit more height. Decouple that, and that one will kick in. I will kick in with that decouple. Parachute. The only thing I can think of, I don't have enough engine. And then I come across that. Oh, look at that. Okay. Just delete that. Right, we'll start again. This is first rocket. Does save that. We'll go back to the orbital because I think I might be able to get this thing in. Oh, no, that's my first swivel. I delete that. Move that out of the way so we can get a fuel tank on. So we've learnt one thing because of this new. That is a big rocket, but that's going to get me into kind of orbit. And then if I go to the coupling, there it is. I attach these here. And we have hammers. Touch the hammers. Get them in the middle of them coupling. Right. So what we have? Fatal fire. No. I want that thumper to fire first. I'll get me into the air. Then they'll fire. And then they'll decouple. No, I want that to decouple first. So kind of build the ship a bit backwards. That's why all these steps are wrong. But that'll get me going. No, did that just slow me down? I don't think it did. Back that back down here. So that's 2-8. Then these will fire. They'll all decouple. That will fire. What happens if I said do that? Yeah, that's 2-7. But they'll fire at the same time that fires. That's 2-6, but move that there. That's 2-5. There. Last thing we do is deploy our main parachute. That kind of gets us a bit further, I think. Swivel engine. They'll disperse after they're fired. This was. Yeah, that's just. That fired then. 2853. Yeah, that definitely gets us a bit more height. Gets some rubbish out. I'm assuming these solid state ones just not recoverable. That engine pass should be. Oh, that's an idea actually. Engines. Crash tolerance 7 meters per second. Mass is 6. This pod is it's insignificant. This crash tolerance is quite high. That would probably give me thinking about it. I'd be better if I that should give me assuming Kerbal gravity is 1. It should give me like 4 a second based on previous crash, because I also had this science thing, and then the struts also had it added. We'll have a look. But that would have bumped me up to 1. I have a comms, no comms. I've got mystery goo, put me at about 1. And then if we go on these legs, about 1. That gave me 5 meters per second. Average 6 meters per second. That gives you an idea of what gravity is. Oh, I'm gonna need some pins on. Which is the whole point why I don't want the boost firing. Kind of at the same time. I don't want to burn these off. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to. That parachute's okay. And that detaches. That's that parachute there. That all detaches, so I'll be able to save some money, hopefully. I don't see myself getting into space. Honestly, I just don't see it. But I can keep trying. I don't see. Oh, now we're way too heavy. Way too heavy. Where's that thumper? 6. They haven't continued that one. I don't think this is going to get us into this, but don't want to give up on it. We'll upgrade the launch pad. That's just into all my. Back into. Didn't save my design, did it? Oh, there we go. How many parts do I have left? I can stick some aerodynamic cones. Some of that. They're not going to be able to steer while I've got that boosted stage on. They're going to mess with the gimbaled engine. I wonder, relying on the thumper to get me into space, if I relied on. I've been relying on these boosters so far. That nice. That's still not in line. Ah. Right, so then I bring 70 cup. There, that engine fires. That's still 2.8. I think that's a bigger 2.8 though. So these boosters will fire before the thumper. All of that all relies on these systems to keep it steady. How are we doing on parts? Parts left. That bit's got its. Right, so we'll see how that flies. Please, please, please get me into space. Okay, so I've got this. Well, we'll have all of them turned on. And we also have this here. which is an alert thing telling me that I've got science alert. Material study, so I could do a material study on the launch pad. Not gonna do that. Everything's gone. Should have done this outside, and I do apologise. There is a way to. I'm gonna leave that for now. And over here we can. And on science alert. There we go. Science alert's over there. Just octopus. Take that. Apparently, only no available experiment. Annoying considering there was. And then SAS on. And launch. So this is literally going off just the three boosters. I haven't got throttle all the way to max either. I should have probably. I'll check that, but I mean. Okay. Oh. Now onto the thumper. I'm also letting out the atmosphere a bit. And I'm struggling to keep the ship central. Or the throttle a little bit. I've got my hand firmly on. Right, well hey! Probably not the best idea I've ever had. Come on, straighten up. Right, we'll get the science while I can. Material study. And a crew report. But that's definitely helped because I wouldn't, while I'm busy pitching and rolling and. Right. Might do with fins on here, I don't know. But I do know that no way we are getting into this. Right. We're in orbit. We are actually in orbit. Oh, lovely. So, if I need to get to 75,000 meters. If I cut the throttle down, I need to get. I can't just go straight back down. I need to then throttle again. Because I'm no way I'm going to hit it. Detach that because it's out of fuel. I have no idea if that's going to. I have no idea if I'm going to get back down. Oh yes. Oh look at my app. Oh, I was not that far off from getting orbit. Lock that up there. That looks like I'm going in for an ocean landing again. How we're doing on a electrical charge. Contracts completed. I've got a bit more cash. Got to remember to hit the trash can. Got 8 science. I've got whatever science I've got on me as well. Another contract, more money. We should probably do something like that. That's the Periapolis. No, that's the retrograde. Ah, sciencey terms. I think I used to be kind of an Let's rotate this so my actually controls up and down. No point SAS being back up. I do worry about electrical charge and fuel. If anything, I need to be oh yeah, SAS is off. Go on momentarily. More like that. Ready for re-entry. Then we can just go over it. So, up here, that one. So, we got into space! Oh, I actually didn't think we was going to do it. We're coming in quite fast. Oh, that's because time warp's still on. There we go. Yeah, this episode's going to run a little longer. Just, I want to see him land. Info about there. Keep SAS turned on for now, because I'm coming into land. Electrical charge. The SAS takes up that. Hey, we're burning. We're on fire. That is white hot. Whoops. Let's get that back in to the sensor. There we go. Right, we're through the fire, and my legs are glowing red hot. I need a way to protect them. Future. You gotta hit G twice. I think that's something left over from the flight model. We're nearly under 2 kilometers, so it's nearly time to deploy the parachute. Although, I think that's got like, yeah, altitude 500. I mean, I can wait till I'm under 1 kilometer. General rule of thumb is 2 kilometers is good. Although that kind of scares the crap out of me, so I will do 2 kilometers. Thank you very much. 40 meters, and I've only just slowed down enough for the water to give me a rest. 7 minutes. Well, that cooled down my legs anyhow. There's them back in. No science available. I'm pretty sure I can do it. No, I can't. Because I panicked, because I didn't think I was going to get into space. SAS can turn off. And no point doing an EVA because I've done one of them. So recover vessel. Do I have to stay there until all the parts are recovered? I don't know. I don't know if there's an auto pickup or whatnot, but hopefully I didn't travel that far out. See, nothing's been. Oh, plus one recovered part, but is that just? There's what? 714. 24. Yeah, that's just the part that I can see. Yeah. 22 science, so. Shame I can't see any like space junk. I don't know if that bit down. I discard you. Yes! I got into space! And we got more air contracts. Yes. So, on the next episode of Kerbal Space Program, hopefully, I'd have been able to create a vehicle and collected all this science before I started recording. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.